Alright, here we go. Siege of Boralus plus 10 as a Restoration Shaman. Let's get it. It shouldn't be too bad. It is the Ascendant Afflex, or Salatath Afflex, where we have the orbs to deal with. 10 orbs spawns, and we have to interrupt them, stun them. Yeah, you can also use your Thunderstorm as a Shaman to deal with it. So yeah, just a quick easy run. This one here is, apart from the other ones I've done on my YouTube channel, this is not done on stream. This is only done as a recording. The other one has been done while I've been online on Twitch on my stream. I'll leave the link to it in the description. But yeah, I have pretty much done all of the runs so far. I need Siege and I need City of Threats. So those are the two last dungeons I need. Someone got clapped. But those are the two last dungeons that I need. And this one here is one of them. So shouldn't be, hopefully this is going to be a good run. But yeah, if you are interested, I'm just going to say it now because I have been doing these runs. I haven't really done much like what you should do or what you should focus on as a Resto Shaman. So if that's something you could be interested in, like what would be good for certain dungeons or what you need to look out for as a Resto Shaman, or what you can contribute to a group, stuff like that, just generally some tips and tricks to how you can play a Resto Shaman, then let me know and I'll well, comment in the description, not in the description, comment down below and let me know what you could be interested in hearing, and I'll see if I can make it happen. Ooh. So then I'll do my best to make some notes on what to focus on as a Resto Shaman, and what I do, at least talk from personal experience as a Resto Shaman main for many years now, actually. But yeah, as I said, this is a Siege of Boralus 10. It's gonna be the second to last in 10s that I need to do, and then maybe I'll push higher. But in my what I think about M+ is just as soon as you can do 10s, you can get the highest quality of loot or highest piece or highest eye level of loot there is to get from, well, apart from mythic rating. But other than like, if you can do 10s, you can get the highest track of gear. So for me, going higher than 10 is only just for fun. So that's just for school. It doesn't really need it. It doesn't bring you anything else than a 10. So so that's why maybe I'll just keep it at 10. So yeah, if you can do 10s, you can do pretty much everything. Or you can get anything. You obviously, not just because you can do 10s doesn't mean you can do 14s, but you're not getting anything new from 14s. And also 10s can easily be done with perks, but if you are going to push higher, 11 and 12 can also probably be done. But if you want to push keys, it is going to be probably a pre-made group in order to push the high keys. So that's why 10, that's a good number. Why did he not take this one? Then it actually would have hit. And we get the Warlock, and he's not. He's running the long way. But in I was about to say, if he missed that one, that would have been good. In Siege of Boralus, there is not really anything specific you can do as a Resto Shaman. Obviously, you still have all of your utility that you should focus on using as much as possible. We are going to take this one because otherwise we'll... Oh, that was stupid. of the paladin. That was stupid of the paladin. Yeah, but there's no specific. Wow, that is unlucky. That is really unlucky. Please get it. Oh, I missed 2. And he dies as well. This is going great. Apparently. But yeah, there's no specific talent that you could do to prevent something. There is the big ogres or whatever they are after the second boss, where you can, if you want to, go for a fear or tremor totem, because they are fearing. But that is normally not necessary, because people will just move out of it and they release. Okay. So that's the only thing that you can like tweak around in your talents if you want to do something different for this particular dungeon compared to other dungeons. Other than that, it is just the same. It is making sure you use all your utility, making sure you use your cooldowns, make sure you interrupt as well, and all the same things as other dungeons. So so nothing new in this place, so to speak. There are other dungeons where you can go for certain certain talents that can prevent or that can help you in some way. But there's not in here. There's not even a poison dispel in here. So it's very straightforward. I can link the I can leave a link to the talents down below as well if you want to. I'm asking like you have anything to say before I post this video, but I'll do that so you can see what I'm running for this particular dungeon. One thing I will say though, if you ever go and look at my talents and my gear for this, is most of my crafted gear is actually right now crafted for elemental, because I have been playing elemental in the raid for my guild. We've been on Brute, Twister, Mythic, and I've been doing elemental on that boss. So my gear has just been crafted to perfect that. But that just goes to show that even with not 100% optimized gear, it's still possible to do 10s and do fine with it. Why can I not drink? There we go. And have a little coffee here as well. I will say though that I am now, well, the gear that I'm running, I'm 630, so that is also, I guess, mainly, or one of the reasons why gear doesn't really matter in my case. Oh, and we pull more. But I have also done a lot of keys and also 10s as Ellie. So if you want to see that as well, let me know, and I'll record some of the runs as Elemental Shaman as well. I do main Resto Shaman, so I think most of the content that I will be doing, and yeah, I will be focusing on Resto Shaman. That is what I enjoy, but I can play pretty much all specs. I'm also working on a second Shaman at the moment for enhancement, because of the crafting systems that we have in place, with the limitations of sparks and the limitation and grind of crests. That makes it so that you have only very specific. Well, you can't just craft endless pieces of gear at the highest eye level. So that's why I'm planning on maintaining 2 shamans in order to have a DPS. More specifically, to have a resto / elemental, and then have an enhancement shaman going forward. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Psych. Oh, okay, I didn't get to do anything. I was trying to get into the middle so I could use my thunderstorm, but I didn't get to it. Someone else did it. This is probably the most I'm gonna have to heal so far on this boss, because the dot that it leaves after he or she shoots at all of us does quite a bit of damage, and it's also tyrannical, so there's a lot to look out for there. Hopefully nobody gets hit by any of these swirlies. And while there's nothing to do, we'll try and get as much damage off as possible. But this one here, this dot here, does quite a bit of damage. These can also be stunned. Not the big one, but the two deckhands can be stunned, so why not do that as well? A lot of movement on this one, so if you're ever struggling as a Resto Shaman on this boss, make sure you utilize your Spirit Walker's Grace, because then obviously you can heal and move at the same time. I think what differs, or what makes, how do I explain this? The difference between a okay healer and a good healer is the good healer is utilizing all the utility and cooldowns available to them. I mean, it's not long ago actually that I started doing or using something like Clicky, which is the add-on here, to have all my healing spells just on the mouse, and that freed up a lot of keybinds down here, because otherwise I would have to target the person first and then press a healing button. But now I just use the group frame, and I just oh, I just need to make sure nobody dies here. Now I just use the group frames and I just heal off of that, and I just memorize all of the keybinds that I have. So the tank here, if I can put a Riptide on. I mean, I don't even have a second hand. I'm just using my hand on the mouse. And I think that helped me a lot to elevate my game. So if you are a healer and you are somewhat... if you want to do high keys and want to excel at healing, I think one of the main reasons that I did was to utilize keybinds and something like Clicky to have access to a lot more buttons a lot faster. Because with not having any healing cooldown or healing buttons, and I should probably even make more than what I have at some point, but right now it works for me. But by doing this, I have like, as a healer, I have an interrupt on V, I have a stun on F, I have Spirit Walkers on G, and I have a defensive cooldown on T. Like, I have a lot of these things accessible to me very quickly, and I don't have to have like 10,000. That's a little bit of excessive. I don't need to have a lot of what you call it, keybinds to access anything up here on my action bar. By the way, I'm using LVI if you're interested. So I think that is one of the main things that you should look into. I'll have some cooldowns as well, but I should probably even get more than what I have, because I could probably do something like have health stones at a keybind, and I can probably move it around so I have health potions or something like that. So it's very, very quick to actually use instead of having to what did you say? Oh. Instead of having to find it first. On the action button or action bar. Oh my days, come on. And I mean, even as a DPS, you should probably look into do it in. I've been playing in LE now, and I've also started playing Enhancement, and I do actually think I need a few keybinds to make some buttons or some spells more accessible. Because I'm struggling sometimes with actually getting everything off at times and using all my cooldowns as LE, because there's a lot. There's a potions or pots, and there's the Storm LE. You need to press Ascendance. You need to press Primordial Wave. You need to have Storm Keepers going. Like all these things, you need to press within like very brief. Oh, god damn it! He was almost out of range. So you have to have them accessible within reasonable time in order to get the most out of them, the damage out of all the cooldowns. So if you don't have that, or if you don't use any keybinds, that could be a bit more difficult to do. And just placing a stun, running out of stuff, of AoE, and then breaking all of the orbs in one go. Making sure that I think the reason why I'm running out I was supposed to say the reason why I'm running out of mana is because I don't have enough crit, but I have 17,000 crit. There I should probably have used the defensive, but we live. It's going okay so far. We have a bit too many deaths, and the first boss was not pretty. You actually don't need this pack over here, so if you have too much percentage, you don't actually need to pull it, and you don't pull it on the boss. So you just have to be careful not going too far out of your way if you have to hide over on that side. But you don't actually have to do anything to you don't actually have to break these. Now is not the Afflex where you have to dispel, but if you have to dispel, Poison Cleansing Totem has been nerfed, so it's a it's a much longer cooldown now, meaning you can't poison dispel as often as you could as you were able to before. Before you could do all of them, every single one, but now you can only do every second. But there is a talent that the Totemic Recall that you can use and then reset the cooldown of your Poison Cleansing Totem if you need to. So that is possible, and then you can do one, use the Totem Recall, do another, and then you can have one off, like one where you obviously can't do it, and then I just had to focus there a bit, sorry. Yeah, and then you have one where you don't have the totem, and then you should have the totem up again, and then before the fifth, you should have the totem, the recall again to use if you use the short cooldown version of it. So then you can do 2 in a row, and then you have one that is, well, you can't do. Either have someone help you with it, or you just have to heal it. And do as many Ds. You can get 2 D spells off with your regular D spell. So you pretty much just have to do 2, well, 3. I always say 2. You have to heal 2, but usually the tank, because they have a lot of self-healing as well, and they are using it all the time, then normally I never dispel the tank when I can't use the Poison Crimson Totem. So I always let the tank kind of get his own, because you have Earth Shield on them. They're standing in your healing range. They do self-healing as well. You are also healing with, like, every single heal you do pretty much is also hitting the tank. So they will get it. They will have an easier time getting the debuff off. So therefore, I always focus on one target, and pretty early on doing the D spells. I don't know. I don't think it's next week, but isn't the week after again in about 2 weeks' time, I think. So pretty early on, you can see if someone is getting rid of their debuff themselves, and then you just have to find a one target that is not getting rid of it themselves. And this one here is a horrible one because of the D spells. Oh, I'm already out of range for the paladin. The debuffs here on this one, again, let the tank have his, and dispel whoever is the other person. If it goes on the tank, it goes on me, for instance. And the paladin can apparently do it himself, so that is decent. Also, I kind of tend to vary. Now, obviously, I did myself, and paladin have had his twice. It looks like the paladin can do himself every time. But if he couldn't do it, and if he had it multiple times in a row, he would probably have used his defensive. Like a good player at this level would do a defensive if they weren't getting dispelled. So now it's going on me again. So I'm gonna do him, and then I'm gonna use a defensive myself, and someone else cleared mine. But I would do a defensive on myself, because then at least, well, I would survive with the debuff longer because I would be using the defensive. But now my defensive will obviously be on cooldown. So the next time I get it, I would prefer to do myself first. But it looks like someone is doing the other one. I don't know who that is. It could be. Is it the paladin or is it the warlock? It could be the warlock as well. I don't know what kind of curse class or dispel class this is. But you get the point. Like, I don't play with the ability to see others what you call it cooldowns. A lot of people are doing that, especially in M+. So they have like the group frames out here. I could even do it here, so have all the cooldowns below everyone's names here. So my cooldowns would go here, and the paladins would go here. And then I would be able to see who has what kind of cooldowns available. And then I could prioritize my my D-spells out of that. But I don't play with that. I've never really have. There was one time where I tried to set it up, or was almost about to set it up and play with it, but I didn't. Oh, shit. So yeah, I didn't play with it, or I didn't set it up, and I don't play with it. So I just kind of trying to keep remembering who I need to do, because again, now I have my cooldown up. So if I get it, I did. So I would do the paladin first. He would do himself there, but I would do the paladin first, and then I would let my own just go until I could do the next one. Hopefully that makes sense. I might be explaining it weird, since I'm also focusing on keeping everyone alive. But looks like we've done it. We just need to have the cannon ready, and then someone needs to jump in and shoot. There we go. There we go. Okay, so it is the paladin who does it, I think. It's freedom. I guess, yeah, that works. What was I thinking? I was thinking about something. Let's go see the loot. At least I don't get anything, it seems. Alright, well, he wants to get rid of his whole amp. I can't use it. Well, there you have it. Restoration Shaman POV of Siege of Boralus 10. Could have been better, could have been worse. At least we timed it, and I think we two-chested it as well. We did indeed. Two-chested Siege of Boralus 10. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Comment below if you want to see something else. If you want me giving a shorter version of some tips and tricks to different dungeons, of what you can do. Yeah, something you want to see, which you can ask of me if I am able to make. But that was it for this video. I hopefully enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next one. I don't know why I'm looking there. I should look there. Goodbye.